Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back on Hammer Horror Month with my review of The Resident.
Stop! Hammer time!
The Resident is a 2011 Hammer horror production starring Hilary Swank, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Christopher Lee himself. This was Lee's first Hammer film in 35 years, with his last being To the Devil a Daughter before this one. The Resident also happens to be his final appearance in a Hammer production before his death in 2015. He was also knighted during the time he was working on this movie. With all of that, I'd say The Resident is a significant entry in Hammer horror history. The unfortunate reality is, though, no one ever talks about it. Admittedly, I didn't even know this movie existed. I'm not sure if there was a marketing campaign at the time it was released, but I had no idea The Resident was a horror film or a film at all. This is one Jason recommended to me a year or two ago when we first decided to do September. Hilary Swank plays a resident doctor named Juliet, living in New York City. After separating from her husband, due to the fact that he was cheating on her, she needs a new place to live. That's when she finds a newly renovated loft with a price too good to be true. And, well, you know what they say. Chances are, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Juliet's new landlord, Max, is played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Christopher Lee plays his grandfather. Almost immediately, Juliet and Max hit it off, but things go south fairly quickly. She's still hung up on her ex-husband, Jack, and Jack isn't ready to say goodbye. Juliet is being watched and followed and stalked obsessively. I'd love to say more, but then I'd spoil the movie. I gotta say, this one kind of blew me away. I absolutely loved it. The title alone is clever. The Resident. She's a resident doctor, but she's also a resident of the loft. The building, by the way, and her new loft are awesome. Hilary Swank and Jeffrey Dean Morgan have such great chemistry. It was also really cool seeing Christopher Lee in another Hammer role, and like I said, his last. We get some brief full frontal nudity from Hilary Swank, so that's nice. And the movie is super intense. This is a suspenseful film. The Resident is another example of a movie I watch and think, why does no one talk about this? I mean, as I already mentioned, I didn't know about it myself until just a year or two ago. But still, it seems those who have seen it should be praising it more than they do. The cast is fantastic. It's incredibly paced. The New York setting is amazing, especially the loft. And The Resident is a film I can already see myself revisiting time and time again. If you haven't seen it, I highly, highly recommend it. I also recommend checking out Jason's review so you can hear his thoughts. Have you seen The Resident? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Which Hammer horror movie will we review next? Check back tomorrow to find out. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.